Before that was Elon Musk, there was a man named John D. Rockefeller, who happened to be the wealthiest man in the world over 100 years ago. He primarily created his wealth in the oil sector, and when he died in 1937, his wealth was at $1.4 billion. Now, when you put it into today's context, that's roughly 350 to 400 billion dollars. Before he died, they created what we call a family trust in 1934. So when he passed away, his estate primarily went into the trust. Well, John had five children, three girls and one boy. The boy's name was John D. Rockefeller Jr. Now, when dad passed away, John didn't inherit all the wealth, and his sister didn't either. Now, John was put in place of managing the family trust. Now, one of the things that he did very well was to make sure that they started to diversify from oil into other investment class, which you can see right here. Now, John also had children, six kids, five boys and one girl. The boys were known as the Rockefeller brothers. One of them actually ended up becoming the vice president of the United States, Nelson Rockefeller. Now, some of the virtues that John transferred into his children actually created this whole motion of building generational wealth. So what the Rockefeller brothers did was they created the Rockefeller Family Office and the Dynasty Trust in 1952. The family office basically manages the wealth and the investment of the family, and then the Dynasty Trust was not to make sure that they continued to build generational wealth for years and generations to come. Now, one of the wealth preservation strategies that they implemented was to make sure that every single member of the family gets a life insurance policy. As you're being born into the family, you get a permanent policy. All right. This actually started from John D. Rockefeller Sr. So each member gets a policy. The policy is owned and controlled by the trust. So any cash accumulation, the death proceeds, everything goes into the trust. Now, here's some of the reasons why. Number one, family members get to borrow from the trust at a low interest rate as they pull from the cash value to do pretty much whatever they want. Now, importantly, they pay estate taxes without selling assets. Very few people know that when you have assets in the millions and billions, when you die, you will need to pay estate taxes on them. So one of the strategies is that instead of selling the assets, we'll take some of the death benefit proceeds and then use it to pay the estate taxes, and we still keep our assets. Very phenomenal. They also get to reinvest in businesses and foundations because they have liquidity from the life insurance proceeds. And of course, you have equalized inheritance among heirs, meaning nobody is getting left behind. Now, we're talking about a couple of generations here. First generation, okay, second generation, third generation. And now, as of today, talking about six generations later, they have currently over 200 descendants, and their total estate, their total wealth value is between $8 to $10 billion.